Welcome back to the Keys to Success podcast. You have your host, Tilisa Stubbs. And of course, I have my amazing co host, Deba Douglas. What's going on, birthday girl?
Nothing at all. Oh my goodness. So this is so funny. I have never been so excited for a birthday ever in my life than I am right now. This morning I woke up screaming and yelling at all my kids like, tomorrow is my birthday. And literally by the end of that morning, Naomi was hollering, tomorrow is
No,
mommy's birthday.
she wasn't. No, you didn't have Naomi on board, too.
I and everybody was like, "Mommy, like we don't need to hear that." I'm like, "I just want you to know, Mommy is so ecstatic about my life and where I am with all my like everything in my life, and I'm just so happy. Like I am genuinely happy."
And you know what? I want people to just know that like 40 is like the new, like what, like 20, 30? Because it's like, I know so many friends of mine because I just happen to always have friends who are a little bit more, mature than me and a little bit older than me for some apparent reason. But everybody that hits like that 40 age, it's just like by that time, I don't really care what other folks got to say.
Mm-mm.
I'm really doing me. I've worked so hard up until now that all the fruits of my labor are just starting to just manifest. And I look good as hell while doing it. Like, what? Like, I
Yes.
can't wait to be 40. I got 5 more years, but girl, I can't wait.
Yes. Oh my God. We're going. I mean, you're already glowing now. So when you do hit 40, it's gonna be a whole new glow. But that's really how I feel. And I really don't want to just like go over it, gloss over this moment. I really want to just take it in and be like, in this moment, I like who I am. I like how I do things. I like who I'm becoming. I like who I rock with. I like the fact that I don't rock with everybody. And I'm embracing that. And I love that. I've never been at this place, and I'm enjoying this.
And it take look, not everybody gets to that point. Not
Yeah.
everybody gets to that point. So Deborah, you already know I look up to you, girl. Like just seeing you glow and just seeing you do what you do, and you always serve other people. That's the thing. Like, I hope nobody ever gets it twisted. Like, the things that you do for the people around you, whether you're being paid or not, it's commendable. And so to be able to enjoy this moment right now, friend, I'm just so happy for you.
Oh,
Like, I couldn't be more proud of you, like, for real.
oh, you are so, so sweet. And one thing I have struggled with in my whole lifetime is really thoughtful or thought after great friendships. And Talisa is all the way all over the place. If you follow her, one moment she's in Hawaii, the next minute she is all over. Now she's in Washington, but she flew down for a literally a dinner that I was having with some of my girlfriends, and she flew in last Friday, and I am just so touched and so amazed and awe of that, because I don't think I really have friends that really would rock and like go out of their way to be there. If it was convenient, hey, they'll be there. But to know that you did that, and my other friend Mary, she came all the way down from Austin. I mean, that a girl is just loving her life because of who she's with who she hanging around. So y'all are amazing.
Listen, you put it out. And so I mean, don't be surprised when we fly, because Debbie, you do a lot. You do a lot, and I know that you love us. And so, girl, this is gonna
Okay.
be an amazing episode. We about to give the people some gems about
Yeah.
how to find these
Hope you
deals.
are ready, because this is what, when I interact with any of my mentees or just someone about to get started in real estate investing, their main question is like, are there really any deals out there? Like, how are you finding these deals? Like, they must be under some rock in your backyard, because we can't find nothing else out there. So we are going to spend the time that we have together today and just really share and be true, transparent of where we find these deals.
Yeah. And because the deals are out there, you guys. The deals are out there. You don't really got to spend a whole lot of money to find the deals if you don't want
Oh,
to. And
really?
so we're going to give you guys, I mean, we can only tell y'all what we've done. And so Deba does a lot of fix and flips. She does a lot of burr. She's going to tell you guys how she finds those deals. I more so am looking for creative deals. deals where I can do a midterm rental. And so I'm going to be looking for my deals in another area. And so we're just kind of share with you guys what we both do in hopes that you guys can go out there and start getting them deals because they're out there.
They're out there. They're out there. Okay, so one of the easiest ways that you can get started and find a deal, and you can literally do this today, tell everyone that you hang around, tell everyone that you're connected with, even people at your job. You just tell them, hey, I buy houses for cash. You may have a penny to your name. You tell everybody you know you buy houses for cash because you never know what season people are in. You don't know who they connected with, and you don't know what they got going on. But if you say that and you say it over and over again, they're going to start looking at you as, hey, she knows what to do with this house that we don't want.
Yeah, Deba, how many times have deals just kind of come to you because somebody knew that you were looking for something in that
Yes.
Garland area?
Yes.
It's like I'll get a text message, "Hey Tilisa, are you still looking for properties near Pensacola, Florida?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I
Yes.
just sent you a sub two deal to your email." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that's wonderful."
Yes.
It happens all the time.
All the time. And you realize that it happens a lot more than you think it should because you're
Mhm.
like, well, who's really going to reach out to you? Because you put it in the atmosphere. And once you speak it out loud, one, you're not nervous about what people are going to think. So you're
Nope,
out of your head and now you're taking real action and you're executing. And then they just want to see how you move with it. So it's
that's
like,
it.
tell them you buy houses for cash.
And that's so simple. That is so simple to do. That's something that y'all can start doing like today. And
Yes.
I'm gonna tell y'all another really simple one that I use, and is y'all be on it every day anyways. Facebook. I don't know how many real estate, wholesale groups, creative finance groups are right on Facebook. All y'all need to do is join, write a little post. And this is what well, I don't do it now. I have my VA do it, but she'll just write a little post and say, "Hey, anybody have any creative deals in this area?" And people will start commenting. Or I'll look at other people's comments on other stuff that I've seen posted, and I'll start diving into the comments and be, "Oh, okay, so and so just said that they have a deal in this city. That's about the city that I'm trying to look at. Let me go ahead and direct message old boy right quick."
That's it. That is it. And it's like you are already on social media. I think the average person spends about 6 hours a day on social media scrolling. So take advantage of that opportunity and post something in these random groups. Heck, even post it on your personal page because you don't know what people are going through. And it doesn't have to be pretty. You don't have to spend a lot of time on Canva trying to make it pretty and make sure the fonts are right. It doesn't have to be a graphic. It can just be like, hey, who do you know that needs someone to help them with a distressed property? Or who do you know that is behind on their mortgage? Or who do you know is having distress issues with their house? Just random stuff. Do it often, and you can start really detecting which one works and what doesn't work based on what you post.
Yep. And I just want to say this because when I first got started, I would swear to anybody like, "Oh, I'm looking for deals. I'm looking for deals." But if I was just really honest with myself and honest with the people around me, I was not looking at Facebook every day. I might have been looking at it like once a week and like, "Oh, I didn't find nothing." And then next week I'll come be like, "Dang, how come I ain't got no deals yet?" It
Yeah,
wasn't consistent. And
yeah,
I had to get real with myself, and that's when the deals started flowing in because I was looking for deals every single day. And
yes,
when you look for deals every single day, whether that's on Facebook, whether that's you telling people that you buy deals for cash or whatever it is, that consistency builds momentum.
yes.
And then that momentum will start to yield seeds, and you'll start, and then after a while they'll just start piling up to where you don't even need to really go out and find deals. The
Yeah.
deals just kind of come to you.
They come to you. And that's where you want to be. But unfortunately, many of us want to be there without doing the grind to appreciate it. So you kind of got to do the grind and then you can appreciate it because if you don't do the grind, it doesn't feel as good when someone just gives it to you. So you got to do the grind to really appreciate it.
You do. And I'm saying this because that was me. I had to do the grind. I was doing the lazy work for a long time. And so but you guys, these are ways that don't cost any money.
No money.
They don't cost any money.
None of these cost money.
All it costs is your time and just action. That's it. Deba, let's give him another one. What's another one that you used for finding deals?
Okay. I use the MLS. I can find deals on the MLS. So that means I am reaching out to an agent and I'm like, hey, create a list for me. This is my email and I want you to just send it to me every day. So the first thing in the morning, I'll look at that list and I will go through and see, well, what houses look good. Maybe the price is a little bit too high, but I'm gonna reach out to that realtor and say, hey, can you write an offer for this house and put maybe a 1 day option? And this is all before I even look at the house. But I am constantly looking at houses. And when you're looking for these houses, you want it to look like it needs work and they look distressed, they look abandoned, or they look like maybe it's just a landlord that decided, hey, I don't want this house anymore. But you're looking for something that you can add value to.
Hmm. So, Deba, can you kind of elaborate on why somebody would want to look for a property that they can add value to? Because I'm going to tell them in a minute that I want them to look at turnkey properties. So,
Yes. Okay, so looking for houses that need value is because you can get it at a lower price and then you can go in and use a hard money lender or a private lender and they will give you the money to purchase and they will give you the money to rehab it. When you're using hard money, you need to find a way to add value so that then you can turn around and flip the house for the new added value that you put in. Or you can decide to do the BRRRR strategy where you're able to now rent it out, do a cash out refinance, get your money back, or at least break even, and then you're able to do it all over again. So that's why we need something that needs work. And it's so interesting because I just bought a property March the 1st on the MLS. It was listed for 220,000 in Garland. I went and walked the house and I was like, you know what? It doesn't need a lot of work, maybe about $20,000 worth of work.
not
We
bad.
came in, we bought it for 210,000. And I'm happy to say, less than 28 days, I'm done with that house. And we did foundation, we did electrical work, we did plumbing, like cast irons. I hate cast irons, but we had to do all new plumbing throughout the house, all new floors, paint, tape and bed texture. We converted the garage and we added like a little extra area in the master bathroom. We did all of this in 28 days. I was the GC. And when I tell you, like, it's going to be rented out probably within the next 2 weeks because the house is fire.
Okay, wait a second. Take a step back because okay, so you converted the garage to what? Another
Oh, another
bedroom?
room. So now
So
it's
how many?
so I bought it and it was a 4 bedroom, 1.5 bath, and then I just ended up converting it into a 5 bedroom, two full baths.
$20,000? How? What?
You looking at the GC. So when I say
Oh,
like I am very logistic and I'm very time scheduled, so I had like three people in at the same time. Like you do tape and bed and texture in this room, you do the plumbing in the front, you do the foundation. Like it was like all hands on deck. And I would buy people lunch, I would take care of them, but I'm like, we got to get this done because time is money, and I need y'all to get done with this house because I already have another house that y'all need to start in after this house is complete.
see, now y'all thought y'all was looking at a real estate agent. You might have even thought she was looking at a real estate investor, but you really looking at a general contractor, baby. She does all the things like
Yeah.
Deba. What?
Yes, yes,
$20,000, 28 days later. Okay, and so let
yes.
me. Okay, so y'all purchased it for 210,000. You put 20,000 in, so you're 230,000 all in. What do you believe it will appraise for in the next 6 months?
Well, I'm actually doing my cash out refinance right now because I don't have to have any seasoning, and we just appraised it and it appraised for $320,000.
You know what? You know what? And then you guys can do, and then y'all get to pull out what, 75, 85%,
I
and so you get a check. You get a
Yeah,
check.
I get a check. I'll get
Okay.
that difference. And so, like, when I really be passionate about real estate, this is why I be passionate about it because there's nothing else I can do in 30 days and make some money like that. And I keep it as a cash flowing rental property that will cover Naomi's college tuition when she's ready to go to college in, I don't know, 25, 30 years.
Girl, Naomi gonna have so much real estate by the time. Anyways, hey Donis, hey girl, how you doing? Oh my goodness. So I just want everybody to hear that. So when Deborah said that you guys need to, because there may be some people on here who don't know what we're talking about. They may
Yeah.
be brand new. So when she's saying that she purchases at a discount, she's trying to find a property that she can purchase for what, 70 of the after repair value. Or do you do a little bit higher, Deborah? What do you normally look at?
No, I usually try to purchase it at 75% of the after repair value. But even though they may give me 75% of that money, that doesn't mean I need to take it all, or that doesn't mean I need to use it all. Especially if I'm doing these burrs and with interest rates a little bit higher, I have to be a little bit more conscientious on, okay, what am I actually doing? I don't need all the money. So get in and do what you need to get. And sometimes I'll make money as the GC, and I made like maybe 10 grand as the GC on this one. I probably won't use that 10 grand. I may just put it to the side just in case I may need to bring some money to the cash to close. I don't think so, but it just extra if I need it.
If you need it.
If I need it.
That is freaking amazing. If y'all in that area, y'all haven't joined Deborah's coaching program yet, I'm always gonna plug it in. Y'all better join the coaching program. Stop playing. Like, time is ticking. We're getting older. We're not getting younger. Okay, so Deborah, that was amazing. So Deborah said that she finds properties on the MLS sometimes, and so do I. So for me, because I'm looking for turnkey properties, I'm always looking for properties where I can get in, unlike Deba, and do the least amount of work. I
Mm,
want it to already have granite. I want it to already have nice floors. I want it to already be painted because by the time I get in, I want to clean it and I want to start filling up these beds. I want my only expense to be the furniture. Okay. So when I'm getting on Zillow and I'm looking for properties, there's something very specific that I'm looking for, which is properties that are for sale by owner. And the reason why I'm looking for properties for sale by owner is because typically they are looking to sell via seller finance. Those of you who know me know that I like to purchase properties on creative finance. So that is a very simple and easy way for you to find deals that could be potentially sold on creative finance. Go to Zillow, type in your location, and filter it out by for sale by owner, and just start calling or look at what terms they're looking for, right? That's one way that you can do it. Another way that we kind of use the MLS, but more so indirectly, is I connect with wholesalers who are finding these properties that are in pre-foreclosure, or the owners just can't take over the monthly payments anymore. Typically, those properties are also on Zillow, but the wholesaler has already reached out to the agent because the seller has probably been on the market for like 130 days at this point, and the agent is desperate and the seller's desperate. So they're a lot more likely to consider a more creative offer, like subject to or something like that. And so when the wholesaler is connecting with the agent, by the time they get it under contract and they send it to me, I mean, it was already on MLS. I didn't have to go out and look for it because the wholesaler sent it to me. And all I have to do is now pay an entry fee to get into the deal. So I might have to bring $50,000 to the closing table, which might cover $15,000 worth of the seller's arrears because they ain't been paying their mortgage payment,
right.
right? So I might be paying 15,000 to them. I might be paying the wholesaler another 5 or 10,000, depending on what their fee is. And then I also have to include the money in there so that the seller can pay their agent. So I have to include the agent's commission in there.
Right.
But ultimately, normally the entry fee doesn't exceed 75,000 for me. So with that 75,000, it allows me to cover all my closing costs. It allows me to purchase furniture, and it also leaves me a nice 4 to 6 month reserve just in case I don't get my houses filled in the first month or the first 2 months or the first 3 months, right? It allows me that time to be able to have those funds to still pay bills, still pay private money lenders if that happens to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, hey, you guys. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Kendall.
I like
So, anyways, go
that.
ahead, Deborah.
I like that. And one thing I wanted to touch on is that that's why it's so amazing to get into real estate investing, because there's so many different strategies and there's so many outcomes and ways that you can slice it and still make money in real estate. So I think it's why it's so lucrative. That's why it's so amazing. It's so creative that, I mean, Talisa's buying literally ready to go houses. She's bringing little to no money to the table because I know that 70 grand that she's bringing is from private lenders using other
You
people's.
know, you already know.
And so it's just great to realize like there, if one way doesn't work, but if it's a good deal, you will find somebody else that will help you build that deal up and get it where it needs to be. So there's different ways that you can find it. You just got to execute and do something.
That's it. You just have to do something. Don't be afraid of the market. Don't be afraid of interest rates. Don't be afraid of assuming somebody else's mortgage. It like everything happens, it works itself out. But if you go into something strategically, like I just took over a mortgage that had a 2.5% interest rate.
Woo, that's beautiful.
Where can you can't find that. Yes, I might have purchased it for closer to retail, but I never plan on getting rid of this property ever. It's just going to continue to appreciate. I'm buying this property for cash flow. It
Yeah.
cash flows.
Yeah, that's what it's about. That is literally what it's about. And so you made a really good point that you buy from wholesalers. So
Mhm.
even when I'm doing flips or doing burrs or whatever I decide I'm doing with my strategy, I'm buying from wholesalers as well. I mean, I literally, there's about 5 to 6 wholesalers that send me deals every day. They know the areas that I buy, they know the areas that my mentees are looking, and they will constantly send me deals. Some of them are subject to, some of them are just straightforward. Hey, they may have a lease back, but if the numbers make sense, and again, we're just focusing on numbers, nothing about emotion. It's literally we're focusing on 75% of the ARV minus repairs. If it makes sense, we buy. If we don't, we negotiate the price and see if they can meet us there. And if not, we say thank you and move on to the next one. So
That
wholesalers work on either side.
they work on either side. But Debbie, you said something so key. We're not attached. There's no
No.
emotional attachment. There's no, oh, I really love this neighborhood or I really love the it's do the are the numbers numbering?
Yes.
Do the
Yes.
numbers number? Okay. All right. Cool. We can go ahead and move forward
That's
then.
it. I will say I've been doing this for so long. I can't even buy myself my own house for my kids because I'm thinking of the emotion, like I'm not connected to anything. And so I'm still having to like, I'm so disconnected with not connecting emotions that I'm like, ooh, this is really affecting my household because we live,
Girl,
but I'm like, no, I'm good. So yeah, we're still struggling.
you too? Oh my goodness, Deborah. I thought it was just me. It's like I'm just starting to look at houses like a
Yes.
project.
It's a project. Yeah, it is like a temporary thing. I think you're here. Say something. I think we lost you, but we can see you. But it's like a temporary thing. And so it is a struggle for me to say, okay, I'm going to invest and buy this property and really put forth the energy to make it pretty. And it's more of a temporary situation for me now. I can't hear you. Uh oh. Uh uh. Maybe come back in and then come back out and try it. So while Talisa's doing that, don't you love technology? Some other ways that we are finding deals is